Good morning. It's Saturday, February 7th, 2020, and I've got a new project I'm going to start. It's called Anne's Jacket, and what it is a quilting fabric jacket. So the idea here is you make a big quilt, and then you lay your pattern on top, sew it together, and you have a very loose looking quilted cardigan. So it's called Anne's Jacket. So what I've done is I have a very disorganized stash of fabric that I've been collecting over the years, and I just hold on to it, and this is a great way for me to use up all my little bits and pieces. The bigger chunks of fabric I'm keeping to the side for doing the bigger blocks on the quilted jacket, but I have all these smaller scraps like this. So this was a hippie skirt that I bought at a thrift store. I love that it was boutique. The boutique look had lots of like green, purple, blue, really like it. So I've been just cutting it up and using it for other projects. I have enough to do a few patches. So this is not like I'm going to the store to buy all this beautiful fabric that matches up. These are just scraps that people have donated to me or I've picked up at thrift stores over the years. And I'm just going to do a mashup. Various shades of blue. There's all these different shades out there. It doesn't need to match. It's going to be a quilted jacket. And so I'm just going to, I was a bit concerned at first that some blues were more purple, some were a different type of blue. And I stopped myself in being concerned about that. I'm just going to put in as much blues as I can. And I'm going to include not only like this Singapore airline outfit that I bought at a thrift store. I'm going to keep this bodice part because it's really cool. Use that for another project. But I've cut up the top and the skirt to use for my quilt. And then I have this thrift store guy shirt that I bought for $1. And I just really loved, it's blue. I just really loved it. So I washed the thrift store smell out of it. I'm going to turn it into a project. This fabric here, it's very simple, little blue and white polka dots, but my friend gave me this fabric. Thank you, Carlene. And so it's special to me. I'm going to put it in this quilted jacket. This was a wall hanging batik, like the waxy type, and sort of has a bit of a crispness to it, but I've cut it up, and I think this will also make good patches. And so this is the heap. This was a thrift store cardigan that I bought. It was really nice and hippie, but it had stains on it that wouldn't wash out. So I've used it for another project, but I still have a few more of this pattern. I really like it. So I'm just going to mash it all up and get something interesting. Someone donated this fabric to me. It's like new quilting fabric, so that'll be kind of nice to have something so new and pretty. And this, I usually wouldn't go for something with like gold with shiny on it, but it was given to me for free. It does have like blue, red, and green, which I like that. So I'm just going to go for it. So this is the goal, to mash up this heap of fabric, cut it into my 8-inch squares, so 8x6, 6x6, 4x6 squares, and then I'm going to make a big quilt. Lay it down, the pattern, and cut it out and sew it. And so far what I've done is done my bigger squares, the 8x6. So I've got this sort of paisley. I call this my Singapore airline fabric. This is thrift store fabric. Thank you, whoever went to Java, bought this fabric. It still had the sticky label on it and then donated it to the thrift store, which I bought for very inexpensive, and I didn't have to go to Java, so cool. And this little bit was left over from a quilt I did for a friend a long time ago. I bought it for the colors, and it's going to go I think it's going to look really cool on my jacket. I had enough for a few of these. And the other thing about this jacket pattern that I will be doing is making sure I've got big pockets. That's it. Part of the process. Slow fashion to turn all of this into a cool hippie jacket. Thank you. Bye.